What's cracklin', everybody? Welcome back once again to the definitive cereal tier list, where each episode we take a cereal, put it on the tier list, so you know how good it is. I'm your host, Tucker. In this episode, we're going to be doing Kashi Go Original. Now, this is the first of the Kashi Go line that we've done, but we have done a number of other Kashis. Those have all gotten D's thus far. Some, like, fairly high D's, but still D's. So we'll see what this Go line brings to the table. Obviously very different from the last like 5 Kashis we've done. So hopefully it's a good mix up. But let's just get into it. Check it out. Kind of smells like grains. Plant protein and multigrain crisp with a touch of honey. Okay. Okay, you can sort of get a touch of honey, but mostly grains. There's a lot in there. All right. So, a lot of different types of pieces in here. Oh. You got these long boys, these little rectangles. Got the pieces like this, sort of have like a nut look. You know what I'm talking about. I think that's it, just those 3. Still, a lot of visual variety. Kind of does look odd, but won't judge it for that. At least not yet. Okay. Yeah. Kind of just tastes like a lot of other fairly plain stuff. Like, I feel like I reference this a lot, but this is another one of those sort of just plain Cheerios aesthetic going on here. So, no, it's fine, I guess. All right, I want to see, since these are all very distinct pieces, if they each have their own distinct thing. So, this is a bite of just the like square pieces. Yeah, it's kind of grainy, but like a more filmy grain taste, I think. Not like intense, but slightly there. It's kind of weird. I don't know. Yeah, that doesn't feel like it's that main sort of Cheerio comparison I was feeling at first. But I'll do normal bite and then find another. Just one piece. All right, now it's just the long pieces. Okay. That might be the piece that has the touch of honey on it, because I feel like it was a bit sweeter than the other one. And that long piece I think is the crunchiest. So despite kind of looking weird for cereal, I think that's a pretty alright piece. I think I would put that one above the squares at the moment. Finally, we have the Golden Crisp Honey Smack sort of looking piece. Okay, those actually, texture-wise at least, feel pretty much the same as those did. Just took out the honey, just sort of that weird grain. It's pretty much what those are. But I think what I would put for the ranking of just the different pieces in here: long ones, crisp ones, rectangle ones. So there you go. The list within a list. Now let's see what sort of taste the milk is ending up with. I think I can taste the touch of honey a bit more in the milk, because it did sort of remind me of like Honey Nut Scooters sort of milk. So that's good. That confirms that it is, the honey's there somewhere. Yeah, but that's actually not too bad. Not getting a ton of difference from just the general sort of grain and I guess plant taste going on, but the honey stands out a bit more, so I appreciate that. Even though the box says rise on it, I don't think this rose very high on the list. So again, this is the first Kashi Go cereal I've tried, so I don't really have a ton to compare this with, but I think taste-wise, at least early on, it was reminding me of just a lot of the other basic grain stuff we've done. Though this one does say there's plant-based protein, so I think they're like doing different stuff with sort of that grain base, and that would explain maybe why that rectangular piece tasted a bit different. So there's that comparison. But I think overall the most standout thing for this is the 3 different pieces they have, which I do very much stand by my initial ranking of them, because most of the crunch, if not all, you're getting from that long piece. And despite, I feel like the honey probably is on the puff piece, which I think is a better word. I couldn't think of that word earlier. That puff piece, I felt like I tasted it a bit more in the long one. So I'll put the long one there. And then the puff piece is just fine. Pretty much what you'd expect from other cereals like that. And the bottom one's that rectangle. And that one soggified way harder than the others. Like at the end there, pretty much dissolving. So that wasn't great. And yeah, really it's just, oh, here's 3 weird pieces thrown together, touch of honey. Here you go. There's not much else to say. So what I'm going to do is give Kashi Go Original a D. I think it's a lower D than pretty much all of the other Kashis we've done. Maybe not the honey toasted. Maybe these would both be sort of the bottom together. But yeah, it just didn't do a ton for me. I think I might have let it slip down to an E if it hadn't had that long piece. If it had just been the sort of generic puff and square that like dissolved, that might have pushed it down to an E. But I think altogether, despite looking weird, the taste you get is fine, and the texture isn't too like jumbled with them, which was kind of surprising. So a low D for this, but maybe once we mix up the Kashi Go flavors, it'll rise. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like and subscribe, and in the comments below, post your general thoughts. Let me know if you've tried the Kashi Go Original and what you thought of it. If you have a different favorite piece of the 3, you can let me know about that. Give me your sort of ranking of them within the ranking of the whole tier list. Or if you think this is just a super good cereal and I'm very much giving it too low of a rank and you want to explain why it should be higher up, you can feel free to do that in the comments as well. But until next time, stay delicious.